What's up, everyone? Welcome to another episode of My Bike. Here with Adam.
What's going on?
And thanks for making some time for us to do.
Of course. Appreciate it. I know it's been a minute for us to figure out getting
I know.
but stoked to be on it and help. And
We finally got it.
We're there.
Down.
Yeah. Stoked. Happy to help. Happy to do this. And glad you're, doing it for me.
Yeah, man. Absolutely. So, for those who may not know who you are, why don't you share a little bit about yourself? Are you married? Where are you from originally? How long you been in Idaho?
Yeah. So I'm Adam. Originally from SoCal, as much as I hate to admit it. Born and raised there. I swear I'm one of the good ones. Born and raised there. We've been up here just shy of a year and a half. It was September of 24, the week of Party at the Pen. I know that because we had to be out here before Party at the Pen so I could make it. Married just recently, last October.
Oh,
We've been together, thank you, 4.5-ish years or so. Yeah, I've been gearhead my whole life and hopelessly addicted to stuff like the rest of us.
Obviously, because you got a few things in your garage.
Yeah, what's not here is, at the shop or get torn apart.
Yeah,
So,
yeah. And both 2 wheels and 4 wheels.
2 wheels, 4 wheels, no wheels. If it's got a prop or a jet on it,
Oh, really?
It's got an engine, yeah.
Yeah, gas and oil.
Oh, yeah. Gas, if it burns fuel, petrol forever. No, none of the electric, although knock on some buddies of mine.
Yeah. Yeah. No offense if you're riding electric.
Although I gotta say, we were just talking about my buddy Dan rides for Stark, the electric bikes.
Yeah.
I was wildly impressed when I rode one.
Okay.
But I'll stick to gas.
Yeah.
Gas and diesel.
It's got a feel about it.
You gotta have it.
Yeah. Yeah.
But
that explosion happening underneath your body.
Yeah, being able to control it, feel it. I don't know, something. What do you say in Fast and Furious? Something about engines that calms me down.
Oh, yeah. I love the Fast and Furious.
Oh, dude, it's hopelessly cheesy and terrible now, but we're also invested. Yeah.
Yeah.
We're also invested. I'm not going to watch Fast and the Furious 26 because I've already seen the other ones. If they're going to do it, I'm going to watch it to the end. Yeah. It's gearhead like the rest of us, and been riding and building and driving and pretty much everything my whole life.
Yeah.
Sucked into all this stuff.
It's good, man. Well, let's talk a little bit about 2 wheels specifically.
Yes. Yeah.
How'd you get into motorcycles?
So ironically, some of my first words were different cars and bikes I would see just out when I was a toddler. Was always sucked into it, always liked wheels moving around. My mom would tell me, she'd take me to class and I'd only deal if it looked like a wheel, resembled a wheel, that's what I went after. When I was like 11 or 12, my stepdad was a big motorcycle guy. He got me into dirt bikes. So we went out riding with a bunch of he was highway patrol, a bunch of his cop buddies. They all had quads and dirt bikes and all that stuff. And I got hooked pretty quick on the dirt bikes. Shortly, I think within a couple months, I bought my first dirt bike, which was an old Mike LaRocco race bike, old 125 2-stroke.
Nice.
Ripped that, started going through the dirt bike world and 2-strokes, 4-strokes. I was 15 thinking I was going to ride freestyle motocross forever. This is what I'm going to do. I'm going to be a pro.
Knack.
Yeah, that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to race and ride moto for my life. And then obviously reality set in.
Yeah.
And then he was a sport bike guy, loved his Hondas. Always had CBRs floating around when I was around. And then when I was like 16 or 17, he had a pretty new CBR 1000 sitting in the garage that I always liked and helped him do little stuff too, put slip-on mufflers and do tires and whatever on it. And he let me ride that just around the block. And then I got hooked into the street bikes. Cheap way to go fast. You didn't need much. Who can I race? Who can I beat? I was building performance cars at the time, so spending all this money on a 600-700 horsepower Corvette or Mustang or something, well, I can go buy a $4,000 crotch rocket and be faster.
Yeah.
So easy way to keep up. And I got into the street bikes, and the Harleys were obnoxious, heavy, didn't corner, they were slow, all the stereotypes.
Yeah,
You see guys rolling around in their, chaps and leather vests and do-rags and whatever.
yeah.
And hated them, didn't hate them, but really just didn't care for them for a while, and got into sport bikes for a while, and then got one. It was a 2001 Softail Deuce, so it was raked out a little bit, and it had some miles, but it ran good and it was clean. Got it on a trade for a old Chevy truck I had as a partial, and got sucked into the Harley world. Down in SoCal, we lived 15 minutes, 20 minutes from Cook's Corner, which is a big, well-known biker bar. And we started riding the Canyon, and within a couple weeks, two of my buddies, one bought a dyno, one bought a 1200, and just that was it. Sucked into the Harley world. Rode that for a bit. Traded the Softail for a 16 Dyna, because Dyna life.
Dyna
I mean,
bills.
it's literally tattooed on my arm. And yeah, I got sucked in the Dyna world and was all about that thing for a while, and did rides here, there, everywhere. Was always on the bike, especially if the weather was good. And then, never thought I'd have a bagger when I was young. That was an old guy thing. And then went and test rode them, and off we were on the bagger.
Yeah.
And now we're sucked in.
You've come full circle.
Yeah, we're new, old, bags, no bags, hardtail.
Yeah.
We're stick to the Harleys. I would love to have another street bike again, but there's too many other builds that I want to do, like the hardtail frame that I want to start doing and diving into. And then, if I find a good deal on something, I might snag one. But they're just different rides.
There's always a soft spot in my heart for sport bikes.
Yeah.
Because that's where I started too, in the street bike world. Sport bikes.
Right on.
And so there's always this little like,
it's always
gonna be there.
Yeah, they're easy, they're fast.
Yeah,
but I mean, it's people who don't quite know them. I try and explain it as like Harleys are like the old school muscle cars. They have the rumble. They're like just heavy American steel. Nowadays, there's enough stuff for them. You can make them corner. You can make them fast. You can make them do a lot of stuff. Same thing with the old muscle cars. But it's comparing like something like that to like an M3 or like, a Ferrari, or it's just, they're different.
Yeah.
You're going to go get a Ducati, or you're going to go get a CBR 1000 or Gixxer. They're just different. What do you want to ride? Do you want to go fast and be uncomfortable? Do you want to be slow and cruise? Do you just want the vibe of it? What do you want to go, these guys that, ride across Europe and stuff on their uprights, like, it's just different strokes for different folks.
Yep. Which is so beautiful about the motorcycle community.
It is.
It's like whatever works for you.
Yeah. And it brings us all together just by the shared passion of bikes.
Yep.
From around the world. It's fantastic.
Yeah, it's good. Well, I'd love to talk about this bike.
Yeah.
For a little bit. First off, tell me the make and model of it.
It's a 22 Harley Road Glide. This one I bought new. I had a crimson red one that was a 21 before this, and that's what I traded my Dyna for. That bike ended up getting completely obliterated, totaled, that I probably shouldn't be here now for that, but got this one 2 weeks later, and I think this one, sadly, now it's staying together for the most part. It's not coming back apart, but I think this bike got tore apart every winter for 3 to 5 months to just do more and more stuff. It was just like, take it apart, do this, and then take it apart and do this, and
So there is a lot done on this. So walk me through some of the things that, because you're a fabricator, paint, all this stuff. Tell me a little bit about where you had your hands in on this motorcycle.
So I would say probably 98% of the bike is me. No one else has touched this bike other than a buddy of mine did the leafing and the pinstriping, because I tried my hand at it, and looked like a 5-year-old got his hand on a paintbrush. It was not good. And then the powder coating on the wheels was the only other thing that I didn't do because I didn't have an oven big enough for them. Everything else I've done. Getting this was kind of my dive into the baggers. I knew they were getting popular because the frame is more reminiscent of an FXR, so it's a much more stable frame than a Dyna. Everyone knows the 90-mile-an-hour Dyna wobble plus, especially for motor mounts are bad, all that. So I kind of started diving into, after I got it just, it was cool, comfy, cruisy, like the stereo, cruise control, kickback, whatever. And then dove into like the first one that I had, I wanted to keep kind of traditional Harley-ish. So I wanted to keep stretch bags, dual pipes, 14-inch apes, a taller windscreen, kind of the traditional Harley look. And then after that one got wrecked and I got this one, I was like, oh, let's try the performance bagger thing. That seems to have caught on a lot. Dove into why, the frame stuff and what people are really doing to them and why it's caught on. And I would never look back. That's been fantastic. But yeah, my whole goal, obviously being a late model, there's tens of thousands of these things out riding around. So my goal, same with everything else that I'm building or working on, I just like being different.
Yeah.
Like we mentioned, like the panel jobs. After doing this and painting this, like I have tremendous amounts of respect for the dudes that do panel jobs with all the sunrises and fish scales and all, 20 different designs packed into them and different colors and flakes. And it's a tremendous amount of time and labor to do that, and masking and unmasking and painting and prepping. And it's outrageous, but panel jobs are really popular now. Panel Dynas, they've gotten onto the baggers. It got really popular, and that was kind of one reason I didn't want to do a like regular panel job, because everyone's got it. So part of my thing with this bike was just whatever I do it a little different than everyone else. So like I started off, and this was also kind of my first dive into the M8s, because this was a super early 22. So they'd only been out a couple years, and I wasn't super into the M8s at the time, was more twin cam. So this was kind of my first dive into the M8 stuff as well. But my whole thing was just be different, and I knew I was going to paint it. I didn't want to go elaborate, but something that's custom enough.
Yeah.
And I started small in it. I did all the suspension first. So I did +2 damper rods in the forks with Race Tech springs and gold valves. So brought the front end up, made it feel a lot better, and then did 14-inch RWDs in the back, brought the rear end up 2 inches, and that was, bringing the bike up 2 inches was a tremendous difference, especially like ripping corners, especially down there. Did that. The first thing I did though was the bars and risers, which is, if you get a road glide or a street glide, you have to. That changes. That's what sold me on the bike. I rode a stock one, hated it, and then they had one with bars on it, rode it, sold me.
Yeah.
So I did bars, same thing. Kraus had that gauge relocation, which I wanted that, but everyone at the time was doing the whole riser and bar package from Kraus with them. Their gauge relocation only had round tube clamps. One of the only other ones that would do it that had round tubes, like the Thrashins are square, everyone's square, was Lucky Dave's. So I did the Lucky Dave's risers, Speed King, mid-bend bars, and then the Kraus gauge relocation. Did that, did the suspension. I wanted it louder, at least the stereo being a little bit louder. So I ended up, where did I put? Diamond Audio 6.5-inch speakers in it. Pulled the fairing off. I found a little 1,000-watt amp that fits right on top of the headlight. Wired that in. My main goal, just I wanted to be able to hear it in my helmet at 100 miles an hour, and it worked. That's it. I don't need subs. I don't need it to be obnoxious. I just want to hear it when I'm flying down the desert road or whatever. Did that, and then one of the other first things I did was the pipe.
And you built this pipe.
I built a pipe. So basically, Bassani and stuff, they all have their really nice pipes. The top dogs at the time, and kind of still are, like HPI, was a big one. So I kind of looked at what they were doing as far as sizing. Factory, these have a 1 3/4 inch pipe. I looked at what sizes they were using. So this is a 1 7/8 step to a 2-inch pipe, and then ran it out. And yeah, just kind of bought a bunch of bends and some bungs and kind of piece it together. And I know I didn't want to do a shorty. I didn't quite want to do a full length one, but I knew I wanted the length for power.
Yeah.
The shorties kill the low end.
Yeah.
So
it's stainless. Is it stainless?
Stainless, yeah. And I've polished it a couple times. I mean, kind of like off season, I'll usually pull it off and polish it. But yeah, just polished stainless.
Yeah. I love how stainless kind of turns gold.
I love that color.
It's so cool.
Super, just that little bit of a tint. And it was cool seeing it, like right after I polished it, it was like, wow, okay, it's shiny, even though that took forever. So shout out to the polishers, because forget that. But yeah, seeing it like do the yellow and colors is rad.
What made you pick this color?
So I was between, and if you're a car guy of some sorts, you know, you might know the colors, but I was between, I hadn't set on this color yet, but everyone loves Concord purple. Early Dynas, Concord purple, people lose their minds over it. So I was like, okay, purple's a contender. People usually don't do purples, at least with like custom stuff on bikes. It was between this, the C6 Corvettes had a like very grayish blue that was a supersonic blue, they called it. That was a contender. What was it? Like R34 Nissan Skyline GTRs had a very pale silvery green called Jade Green Metallic. That was another contender. I forget what the fourth was. Obviously didn't make it that high on the list, but those were kind of the contenders of it.
Okay.
And I hadn't found this color yet. But again, going with, I want it to be custom but subtle-ish. I don't want it to be super in your face. I found this color, and it was a custom mix from House of Color that Martin Brothers, there's some custom car builders out of Texas, had originally mixed up in House of Color. You can still get the formulas for them, and I saw it on a 62, 63 Cadillac they built, and I was like,
that's it.
That's the color. I like that.
Yeah.
So that one kind of sold me, and then played around with like, what else can I do? What other colors can I mix with it? Do I want to do other colors? Do I not? So that's where I got the purple. I was like, okay, I got the silver leaf. And then when I went and got the paint, there's a custom paint store down in SoCal that's super well known in the custom paint world. I was looking at like flakes and pearls and stuff like that. And I'm like, what can I do to do something in the paint, but not crazy? And they showed me what's now in the lace, which is like a super fine metal flake silver. And they have different colors of it, but I like the silver because it went with the purple well. But they showed me this, and they're like, it's super easy to spray. You know, you just pour however much you want in with your base coat, and you just spray more of the color down and then clear over it, whatever. So that's where I landed on like the fine silver flake in the purple in the lace design. And then, the lighter purple just as an accent to finish off the leaf. And then it's real subtle, but the first one that I should have died on was a Midnight Crimson Red Road Glide, and I got that color and sprayed Harley on the sides of the tank, which is super subtle, but when the light hits it right, you can really see the red pop out.
That's crazy.
But it's got to be the right angle, otherwise it's real subtle. But and that's where I went with the paint. It was just kind of a bit of throwing ideas and seeing what stuck. Once I got the purple, then it was like, all right, what else can I kind of do? And just like everything else on this, once I got the purple, then I was like, all right, I kind of squared away the Galaxy Gray, which is all the gray powder coat on the bike, to kind of match the silver and stuff. But it was
It's beautiful, dude.
Thanks, man.
Yeah. Do you have a favorite part on here?
I think either the purple or the pipe,
Okay.
or just the fact that I've done everything.
Everything, yeah.
You know, I had never sprayed anything. This was the first thing I've ever painted, and it came out pretty good. You know, I made the pipe. I did all the 12-point bolts on it, powdered those before ARP had their stuff. Cammed it, did the stereo, did the suspension, got with Saddleman and kind of tweaked the seat. And that's not a seat you normally see on many people because they don't like the touring one.
Yeah. Your wife likes it though.
Yes, that's why I went that one, because she likes riding on this one more than the Dynas.
Yeah. Yeah.
And she's got her little backrest and whatever.
Yeah.
But yeah, I just that everything, pretty much everything has been done just by my own hand. And yeah, if I had to pick any little specific thing, either the purple or the pipe, I think came out pretty well.
It's fantastic, dude. Yeah. Any significant, have you done any trips or anything on this yet?
I did a couple rides before I painted it, really got too deep into it. I had just done this, well, okay, so a group of guys that I'm friends with down south, they call themselves No Fun. Hey, we like to go have no fun. Yeah. Super cool guys down south. A lot of them are into the older bikes. A lot of them have late models. Just like doing random off the wall events and get-togethers and whatever. And one of them was the what did they call it? Gosh, I forget the name, and Paul's gonna kill me for this. I forget. Frontier Run. That's it.
Frontier Run.
The Frontier Run. So it's from we were in Orange County up into like almost Mammoth area. So it's a good 4.5, 5 hour ride. Okay. It was in Lone Pine, which is just shy of getting to Mammoth, but they rented out this whole, there's a big like motel, but there was a part of it that was like a U with a pool in the middle, and they rented out all the rooms right there, and we just flooded it for the weekend.
Really?
And that was one of the first big trips I did on the bike. The night before I did this, I was doing the suspension in my garage at about midnight, putting the forks back together, and then had a 400-mile ride or whatever the next day. So
you're like, I hope
we just sent it. Yeah, I was like, I don't know. We're going to see how it goes. But that was always a fun one. We get together, everyone rides up Friday after work, and then hangs out all weekend, go riding through the mountains and stuff, go hit the lakes and all that, and then ride back a little dazed and hungover Sunday together, trying to get through traffic. But that was one of the first ones I did on this bike. I did that one a couple times. I've done some local stuff, nothing really far yet. Yeah, at least on this bike. Yeah, but
do you have a trip you want to do?
The stereotypical Sturgis. Yeah, just
go Sturgis,
just to experience it, because I've never been. But
I've never been either.
I want to go during bike week just to experience it, but I would also want to go on like an off week to actually hang out, ride, go see the hills, go see everything. I know a lot of guys who would ride up to Sturgis from SoCal went through Moab and parts of Utah, and I forget the names, but super big, beautiful, just like red rock canyons and stuff.
Like Moab?
Yeah, just like it. Well, what was they called it? There was one, it was like the highway to heaven or gates of heaven or something like that. And it was like you go through this big tunnel, and as soon as you come out the other end, it's just like this massive, beautiful canyon. Stuff like that. There's a lot of cool stuff down in like Utah and whatever. And I would love to go northern Idaho, at least go ride around up there in Montana, Wyoming. A lot of the like stuff close-ish to us. I couldn't care much about the East Coast, maybe Daytona, just because, again, just to go do it. Yeah,
it's cool. It's cool, man.
See some of the cool stereotypical stuff, but just to do it, to see. I mean, these kind of the bikes are just like the key, another key of life, like to go live and experience life and meet people from walks of life and see things and do things you wouldn't normally see.
Yeah. Gateway to adventure, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. That's a good segue into next question I want to ask you about we're talking about motorcycle culture and community, what's something or a few things you love about motorcycle community? Was
I think it's just that. Just, you know, being on a bike, and whatever type of bike it is, you know,
mm,
everyone's got their poison, but I think being on a bike, you know, you can be out in the middle of nowhere at some random hole in the wall restaurant, bar, gas station, whatever, and the second someone else rolls up on a bike, it's like you're instantly bonded.
yeah.
Like you both share the love for bikes, and
Mm-hmm.
bikes will take you places that you normally wouldn't go see just
Mm-hmm.
because you want to go ride there,
Mm-hmm.
and just because you want to see it on a bike, you know, more open than sitting in
Mm-hmm.
a car or something.
Mm-hmm.
You'll go places you wouldn't normally go, see things, meet people, hear different stories, share experiences, you know, like the Lone Pine Run, or like the Party at the Pen thing. Like, you just, a big thing of it is, as cheesy as it is, the brotherhood. The
Mm.
brotherhood.
Brother. And
um,
sisterhood.
yes, and sisterhood. But yeah, I mean, just experiencing things and
Yeah.
living life in another stage of life. You know, going to work every day is not really living. But
Yeah.
even if you're doing that and you got stuff that ties you down, getting on a bike every so often and just going for something that clears your mind, and you know, takes all your worries away for a little bit, and you might, who knows what happens,
Yeah.
you know. It's being on a bike is some of my best friends now, who I would give anything for, and I know they would do anything for me, I've met because of Harleys.
Mm.
And some of the coolest places I've seen have been on a bike.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes when you just need, you know, life is overwhelming, work's overwhelming, whatever, you just get on a bike, and it forces you to just clear your head.
Yeah.
And
And be present.
yeah, you
Just
have
present,
you
present to the moment.
yeah,
Yeah.
you can't think and doze out in a car. You're just, yeah, whatever, you know, phone.
Yeah.
You can lollygag and focus and think about life and all the troubles and sorrows and whatever, but
Mm.
you have to exactly that, just be present on a bike. You
Mm-hmm.
can't slip, because that's when bad things happen.
Yeah. Yeah.
But yeah, it just
Yeah.
meeting people, seeing things, going places that you wouldn't normally do, just because you want to be on a bike, or there's something fun coming up, and
Yeah.
you just want to go see and
Yeah.
experience,
Yeah.
do life.
Yeah. Yeah. It's cool, man. I love that. I love that answer. And yeah, I just agree with that in every shape and form.
Yeah.
You know, it's so cool. Anybody you'd like to give a shout out to, that's helped you along the way in your motorcycle journey, whether learning or, whatnot? Anybody you want to give a shout out to?
um I think there'd be too many along the way. I mean, anyone who knows me that's helped me with this, you know.
Mm,
I got a couple guys who I got tips on the painting from, and have showed me how to do some fab work and have this and that, and
mm,
guys I bounce questions off to when I get in sticky situations, or all the people I've met because of it that
mm,
will literally now, I mean, some of them are even moving up here, but literally one of my best buddies who I met through Harley's drove when we moved up here, drove our U-Haul box truck up by himself,
mm,
with the one stipulation that, my buddy Taylor, the one stipulation was, if we can fit his Softail in the back of the box truck so he can ride Party at the Pen, he'll do it, no questions asked. And we squeezed that thing into a 26-foot U-Haul somehow, barely. But all the people I've met that, you know, would do anything for, and are now some of my best friends that I have ever known. And um,
and obviously, an understanding wife.
obviously, above all and anything besides our Lord, yes, my wife.
Yeah.
Um, but she knows that our kids are gonna get pushed into it, whether
Yeah,
they
yeah.
like it or not.
They don't have
So
a choice.
yeah, she knew that was part of the deal right off the bat, and that was one of our first couple of dates, was taking actually this bike out and go riding
Yeah.
PCH.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
yeah, she knew that was part of the deal, but she's very understanding and doesn't question if one's a part in the garage, and I've got a stack of parts on the shelf for, you know.
I've had frames in the living room before.
Yeah, you know,
I was building an iron head chopper, and it was winter, and I was like, I needed to do like just a few things on it,
right.
and I don't have like a garage or anything. And so I was like, I'm just gonna wheel it into my living room, you know. And it was a roller at that point.
Hey, if they're cold,
So
if you're cold, they're cold.
yeah, yeah. So I like, you know, made this like shapeshifter ramp for my porch into my front door.
Nice.
My wife wasn't home at the time, and just like wheeled
Yeah,
it up
no,
in there.
I wouldn't.
And she comes home, she's like, "Oh, there's a motorcycle in the living room."
Yeah, it's great decoration. I thought it'd go great next to the table.
Yeah, she's like, "How long is that gonna be here?" "Just a couple days." And she's like, "Okay."
How long was it there?
At least a week.
Oh,
Yeah, it looks so cool. You know?
yeah.
I just
No,
like sitting there and staring at it.
yeah, I agree. I think, you know, some type of cool motorcycle or something encased in a glass.
Yeah.
You know, that should be the centerpiece of every living room.
Yeah,
Everywhere.
yeah, totally.
Yeah.
That's
know.
awesome. Well, how do people like follow you? Are you on social media? Like, how do people
Yeah.
follow what you're up to?
Now that this bike's staying together, I'll be much more out and about this upcoming season because I just had the dyno last season and that'll do about 70. But I'll be out and about. Just look for the Purple Road Glide. On Instagram, Facebook, all that stuff. You can follow me, Adam Moskowitz. If you need some work done or whatever, I've got my own little thing going on, Iron Covenant Garage. Same thing, social media, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, all that.
Cool.
You know, good on YouTube, trying to do this same stuff because this is where we all get our information and entertainment from now. But yeah,
sure.
that or just if you see the purple bike out, say what's up.
Cool, dude.
Just cool. Out having a good time.
Yeah, yeah. Well, dude, thanks for making time.
Yeah, absolutely.
For this,
Appreciate you.
Yeah, it's been fun to get to know you and hear your story and all the things.
Yeah, just more to come. A never-ending book.
Yeah,
a motorcycle.
That's
awesome. Yeah, no, love what you're doing. That's fantastic. Watched all the episodes.
Yeah,
cool to see.
Cool, man.
Just hear everyone's stories. Yeah, they got going on and what drives them and motivates them and why we all do this.
Yeah, it's good. All right. That'll do it, man. Killer. Thanks for watching, and see you guys on the next episode. Peace out.
Later.
All right.